orders missile alert after mysterious vortex slams into Germany. A shocking top-secret report prepared Russia's Ministry of Emergency Situations in Murkom on their meeting this past week with Prime Minister Putin, in Novgorod region, warns that our planet Earth is under attack by an as-yet unnamed extraterrestrial entity, to which President Medvedev has responded by ordering a second regiment of 2nd-400 Triumph anti-aircraft missile system to protect Moscow from low-Earth orbiting targets. According to this report, the extraordinary gamma-ray explosion photo first observed in deep space on March 28 by NASA's Swift satellite, and that has so far lasted an unprecedented 12 days, appears to be communicating with the massive asteroid 2010 SO16, the largest space rock ever discovered so close to Earth, an asteroid 2005 YU55, a round mini-world that is about 400 meters 1,300 feet in diameter, and which in early November will approach our planet within a scant 0.85 lunar distances. Though Russian scientists have as yet been unable to identify what these communications mean, this report continues, the effects upon our planet are being widely observed due to these two asteroids shooting off blue beams into our Earth's upper atmosphere photosecond right that have been captured on video in Russia, New Zealand and by the International Space Station. See videos here. This Murkom report further states that one of these blue beams created a massive vortex that opened over northern Germany this Friday past, hurling nearly 100 vehicles into total chaos, killing 8 people and wounding over 41 more. Even more alarming is this report stating that as these two massive asteroids have moved closer to our Earth over the past 2 decades, the winds on our planet have been mysteriously increasing too, a shock finding further confirmed by Vice-Chancellor Ian Young, of the Swinburne University of Technology in Melbourne, Australia, who has found that our world has gotten stormier the past 20 years, winds have picked up around 5% on average, and extremely strong winds caused by storms have increased even faster, jumping 10%. Equally alarming is this report stating that our Earth's ozone layer has suffered a record loss this spring over the Arctic due to these blue beams disrupting our planet's magnetic shielding, a finding further confirmed by the World Meteorological Organization, who report that observations from the ground, balloons and satellites show that this region has suffered an ozone column loss of about 40% from the beginning of the winter to late March. This Murkom report, also, reports that these two massive asteroids are responsible for the many reports around the world of two suns appearing in the sky, such as in China this past month, where one such episode was aired on their national news program. See video here. Important to note in this report, too, is it stating that another danger to our Earth from the presence of these massive asteroids is their gravitational fields directing towards our planet fireballs every spring season, such as the one that exploded in the skies this past week over the U.S. state of Tennessee, but which Bill Cook, of NASA's Meteorite Environment Center, in a statement said, "For reasons we don't fully understand, the rate of bright meteors climbs during the weeks around the vernal spring equinox." To what, and/or whom, lies behind these shocking assaults upon our planet Earth? We were given a clue this past week when the United States domestic spying agency called the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) released to the public one of their most top-secret memos, photobottom, confirming that aliens had landed in the U.S. in what is now referred to as the Roswell UFO incident. According to this FBI document, a memo titled "Flying Saucers" to the FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover from Guy Hoddle, the special agent in charge of the Washington field office in 1950, stated 3 so-called flying saucers had been recovered in New Mexico by the U.S. military in 1947 that he described as being circular in shape with raised centers, approximately 50 feet in diameter, occupied by 3 bodies of human shape but only 3 feet tall, dressed in a metallic cloth of a very fine texture and with each body bandaged in a manner similar to the blackout suits used by speed flyers and test pilots. To the reason behind the FBI releasing this top-secret document at a time when our entire world is continuing to be pushed towards the abyss, and admitting what the U.S. military and past American regimes have spent hundreds of millions trying to hide from their own people. It is not in our knowing. What is in our knowing, at least as far as the Americans are concerned, is our CNN news service reporting this past week that the sales of bomb survival shelters in the U.S. have risen an astounding 4,000% this past year, showing a growing fear among these people of what is soon to come, and which many believe is related to the ancient Hopi Indian prophecies relating to the ending of this present age. In our March 1 report, Russian warning issued over a controlled comet headed towards Earth, we further documented that the Americans aren't alone in their fears, as Russia is building an additional 5,000 bomb shelters by 2012 too, but unlike the US will protect ordinary peoples and not just the elite classes whose wealth has been gained by wholesale theft. Though many in the West continue to shun the ancient prophecies related to these times, and which the Sorka Fall has well documented in her seminal works The Masks of the Dark Gods, the coming destruction of planet Earth and battle begins for throne of this world, the return of the Einherjar warriors, it is well worth noting that with each passing day, the headlines of world's most mainstream newspapers, more and more are beginning to resemble titles to reports we could have very well written ourselves. After all, there is truly nothing new under the sun. What has happened before will happen again, as it is now, as our world
Then there would be terrorists. Then there would be third world countries. Now we call them rogue nations or nations of concern. Then there would be asteroids. And then he would repeat to me over and over. And the last card, the last card, the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat.